I'm representing Advocates for Women's and Kids Equality. I'm Sarah Beth Myers, and this is our 3rd year of existence. So we are a fairly new organization. In that amount of time, we have drafted, lobbied, and passed 5 pieces of legislation. We have a 100% track record. We have another bill this year. In addition to drafting, lobbying, and passing legislation, we have an educational curriculum entitled Healthy Relationships and Finances. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that in a second. But in terms of our legislation, we formed because we felt that there was a need for an organization that advocated for the advancement of women and kids through both education and policy change. And it's our opinion that you can't have one without the other. You need education and you need policy change simultaneously. So, the bills that we have drafted, we've specifically focused on areas that target health and safety of women and kids in the state of Tennessee. And Tennessee is in trouble. So, in addition to having one of the lowest rates of women in our state legislature, we actually are very behind in terms of legislation that allows women to have equal access to opportunities. Now, before we can achieve equal opportunity in our society, we have to be healthy, and we have to be safe. We've really been focusing on domestic violence as one of the primary issues in our state because we are consistently in the top 10 of the most dangerous states for women. This year we're only 9. Last year we were 6, and the year before we were 3. Now I would like to think that our legislation and our improvements have had something to do with that decrease in the list. We want to be at the bottom of this list. Unfortunately, we tend to be at the bottom of lists that we should be at the top of, and at the top of lists that we should be at the bottom of. So, we're trying to turn those on their heads. In terms of legislation we have passed legislation to have doctors inform pregnant women about a deadly virus, cytomegalovirus, so that women can be informed about something that they can do something about, how they can take preventative measures. We passed legislation to give women the opportunity to get off the sex offender registry, these women who are HIV positive and have convictions for aggravated prostitution. In addition to that, we have beefed up our strangulation laws, and we've updated our stalking laws. Senator Yarbrough sponsored that bill for us last session. Representative Jones has sponsored a couple of our bills, but we use bipartisan support. So, we are a progressive organization, but we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So this year, the bill that we are sponsoring is called the Domestic Violence Offender Notification Bill. It is SB 229, HB 1112. Senator Massey is sponsoring it, and Representative Farmer is sponsoring it in the House. So those are 2 Republican legislators. What does this bill do? It's a very important piece of legislation because it fills a major gap. And that gap is, when you have an order of protection against a person, you have to go through a procedure to dispossess your weapons. You have to fill out a piece of paper, but it's temporary. An order of protection only lasts a year. There is no procedure or notification in place for people who get convictions, permanent convictions for domestic violence. That's a huge gap. So, what are we doing to fix it? We are simply taking the procedure that already exists in the order of protection realm, and we are placing that for convicted offenders in the criminal code to ensure that they're aware of their rights, what they can and cannot do, and that we save some lives so that we make sure that people are actually notified of what it is, that the victims are aware of what they have put down, because a woman is 5 times more likely to be murdered if there is a firearm present in the home. But we have no procedure to ensure that they are actually turning in those firearms. We can fix that. Actually, Beth has been a great inspiration in that effort. So if you want to get involved, so far in 2017, we have trained over 70 people to lobby our legislation. We had a training on Groundhog Day, that was our last one. And in addition, you can teach our classes. We can't have cultural change until we teach our kids about these different issues that are facing us in society. How to have a healthy relationship, how to have a healthy lifestyle, healthy conflict resolution, and healthy habits financially. So you can teach our classes. And we're actually having a training session on February 16th. And we're partnering with Casa Azafran. We will be teaching at Wright and Madison middle schools, and we target at-risk youth to ensure that they learn about these important techniques to be successful adults in society. So So I hope that you can join us on February 16th. You can go to our website to sign up. It's awaketn.org. Oh, and there's a question. Are we holding questions? Yes.
What bill number you mentioned?
Yes, Senate Bill 229, House Bill 1112. Thank you.